Hey families, this is Mrs. Baptist here, and I'm here to show you how to go step by step through a two-step word problem. Now, of course, two-step word problems can ask anything, but the point is that they require preppies to do usually more than one operation in order to get their answer. This was number 2 on a quiz that we did today, and many preppies struggle with this, even though we did a few similar examples prior, okay? So the question is, a path is built around a football field in the shape of a rectangle. The football field is shown below. The width of the football field is 9 yards. The area of the football field is 90 square yards. Find the perimeter in yards of the field. I just changed the numbers, but this is pretty much the same exact question. On their paper, football field is labeled. The width is labeled for them as 9 yards, and then you have a question mark here. There are many things that preppies have to keep in mind when solving this type of problem. Off the breaks, if they understand the concept of perimeter, they know that they're going to have to be adding all of the side lengths in order to find the perimeter. The problem with that is we don't have all the side lengths. So we have to use what we know to help us figure out the missing side lengths and then solve for perimeter. Because this is a rectangle, we've learned that the sides opposite, across, parallel from each other, they are going to be equal. So if this side is 9 yards, that means that this side across is also 9 yards. We don't know this yet, but we do know that this length and this length are going to be equal as well. So let's go back to the problem. We know the width is 9 yards. We know the area is 90 square yards. Okay, well, we know that when we're given the area, we can divide by a side length to find the other side length. We know this because multiplying the side lengths gets us the area. So this can be thought of as 9 times question mark equals 90. We don't know the missing side length, but we do know that 90 divided by 9 is going to get it for us. It's going to equal our question mark. So let's do that. We can either skip count by 9 until we get to 90. We can fair share. Let's do skip counting. So we're going to skip count by 9 until we get to 90. Here we go. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, not there yet, keep going, 63, 72, 81, and finally 90. Now let's count how many times we had to skip count, because that's going to get us our answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So question mark equals 10. Now we can go in and label the side lengths we didn't have. So this is now 10 yards. And this is now 10 yards. The problem with this is that many preppies stopped here, and then they went and wrote the perimeter of the football field is 10 yards. But no, that's just the side length. We have to make sure we're answering all parts of the question. So now that we have our side lengths, the easy part is just putting all the numbers together, right? So now we can go in and we can add the side lengths to find our answer. And just for the sake of labeling, I'm just going to put area. I'm going to put W for width, length. Area, W for width, length. Just so I can remember what I'm working with here, okay? So let's go add our side lengths to find the distance around the shape. So 10 plus 10 plus 9 plus 9. To simplify, I know that 10 and 10 is 20. I know that 9 and 9 is 18. So I can just add these together to get my answer. If I do that, I'll have 20 plus 18. 0 plus 8 is 8. 2 10s plus 1 10 is 3 10s. And so my answer is 38 yards. My next step is to go write my complete sentence to show that I fully understand what is being asked in the question. So I'm going to write the perimeter of the football field is 38 yards. Let's review the steps. We read the problem. We had to process what was happening in the problem by retelling. We represented to solve. Now that we solved, we've written our answers. Now we need to double check and make sure this makes sense. All right. If I know that length times width equals the area, let me double check that 9 times 10 actually equals 90, which is the area they gave me. Okay, 9 times 10. I can skip count by 10, 9 times. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Yep, that's accurate. And if that's the case, does it make sense that this 9 is close to 10, this 9 is close to 10? So I know my answer should be somewhere around 40. Is our answer close to 40 yards? Yes, it is. That's just one way that preppies can make sense of their work, to double check it. I hope this was helpful. Please, please, please practice solving two-step word problems with real life scenarios with your preppies. This is a big part of third grade math. It's leveling up, it's challenging, but they'll get it eventually. They just really need the practice, and they really need to take the time to think through the problem and ask themselves, what is happening in this word problem? What do I know? What do I need to figure out? And how am I going to use what I know to figure it out? I hope this was helpful, parents. Take care.